Hello everyone, I'm Drachona. As I said in the last video, intersectionality makes the factual claim that, for example, the experiences of a man are different from the experiences of a woman, the experiences of someone who's gay differ from the experiences of someone who's straight, the experiences of people in different racial groups are different, etc. More importantly, these aspects can overlap and have their own unique effects. This is true. However, the problem with this idea is that it ignores a more fundamental fact. The experiences of everyone are different. You can't take two people of a certain group, or even two people with the same few traits, and assume that their experiences are similar. Yes, certain factors like skin color or sex can and do have an impact on people's experiences, but you can't predict that two people will have the same or similar experiences based solely on those things. These factors are not automatically the most important elements of who a person is. Each individual person decides for themselves how important those things are. The major problem with intersectionality, as I stated in the last video, is that it ignores individuality and unique circumstance. And I'll highlight this with a simple example. Imagine that there are two white men and one black woman. Let's say that they're all the same age and the two white men are straight. Intersectionality argues that the experiences of the two white men differ from the experiences of the black woman, both because they are not black and because she is not straight. That is surely true. However, what if the black woman and one of the men are both upper middle class and they live in the same neighborhood? Meanwhile, the other white man is working class and lives in a trailer park in the same city. The experiences of the upper middle class man and woman are going to be more similar, despite their skin color or sexuality, than the working class man. They both shop at Trader Joe's while the working class man shops at Walmart. Their children go to the same school in a richer area while the children of the working class man go to a school in a less wealthy area. Intersectionality can take socioeconomic status into account, but in this case, socioeconomic status nearly erases the differences between the upper middle class man and woman because they live in the same place and have a similar income. My point is that you can't just tally factors like race, sex, sexual orientation, etc., and declare that people's experiences of life are different just because they don't match up. That's ridiculous. Are you telling these people how to view the world? If not, then you have to accept that they may not place value on those factors. They may not see the divides that you see, and you can't tell them that they're wrong. Things like race and sex don't predict a person's experiences or circumstances, and only an individual person can decide for themselves the meaning of those circumstances or experiences. Arguably, intersectionality was a development within feminism which did introduce more individuality. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still severely deficient. But let me use a graph to explain. So in this graph, we can compare feminism and intersectionality to reality in terms of the level of individuality that they take into account. The best way to highlight this is to ask the question, what is a person? According to feminism, a person is male or female, black or white, straight or LGBTQ, etc. According to intersectionality, a person is a unique intersection of race, sex, sexuality, etc. It's more complex, and it takes into consideration more factors. The fact that a person isn't just one thing. They're many things all at once. However, in reality, a person is an individual shaped primarily by their choices, their experiences, and most importantly, how they internalize those experiences, or a biologically and cognitively independent being with agency and a sense of personal responsibility. Simply put, these feminist, gender, and racial theorists took a major step backward in understanding how people work, and only now are they starting to inch back towards reality. As time goes on, we see more people starting to realize how oversimplified these perspectives are. At this point, there are really only two options: return to reality or descend into madness. Most of these people are already delusional, so it would be easier for them to continue denying reality. After all, the real world is harsh and unfair. Better to stay in your cult of affirmation where it's safe and you're always right. And speaking of delusions and cults, tomorrow is the start of VidCon US 2018. I hope to see some of you guys there. I'm Drachona, and have a nice day.